Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. I am so glad you're here today because what Spirit is bringing through for you is something that I think you have been quietly waiting to hear confirmed. Not because you need the validation, Capricorn, because you rarely do, but because sometimes even the most disciplined, most capable, most quietly determined sign in the zodiac needs to hear someone say out loud what they already know in their bones. You have arrived. The skill is real. The mastery is showing and the world is beginning to see what you've been building all along. This reading is for the Capricorn who has put in the work, not the flashy, performative kind of work that gets attention before the results arrive, the real work. The steady, consistent, unglamorous, day after day after day kind of work that most people don't have the patience or the discipline to sustain. That work has been compounding, Capricorn. Like interest in an account you almost forgot about, it has been quietly growing, and now the balance is undeniable. Today, the cards are going to show us exactly where your mastery is most visible right now, what doors it's opening, what opportunities are moving toward you because of it, and what Spirit wants you to understand about this extraordinary moment you're stepping into. Because Capricorn, this is your moment, not someday. Now, let's open the cards. Let me see what's showing up right away. The Emperor, of course. The Emperor is the very first card for Capricorn in a mastery reading, and Spirit couldn't have chosen a more fitting opening. The Emperor sits on his stone throne, armored and authoritative, the ram's heads carved into the stone around him, an ankh in one hand, a globe in the other. He is the embodiment of earned authority, of structure that works, of the person who has built something lasting through discipline, through patience, through the willingness to do what others won't. Capricorn, this is your energy right now. The Emperor is not a tyrant. The Emperor is a master builder, someone whose authority comes not from position, but from demonstrated capability, from the track record, from the results. And the Emperor energy showing up as your opening card tells me that your mastery is fully activated right now. The authority you carry is visible. People feel it when they interact with you. They sense that you know what you're doing in a way that goes deeper than surface confidence. They sense the substance beneath it. Let me pull another card. What else is showing up? The Hierophant. Yes, two major arcana cards immediately, and the Hierophant follows the Emperor. The Hierophant is the keeper of established wisdom, the master who transmits knowledge, the teacher whose understanding comes from genuine depth of practice. And in a mastery reading for Capricorn, the Hierophant appearing here is telling me something very specific. You have reached the level where your knowledge is worth sharing, where the expertise you've accumulated through years of dedicated practice has reached a threshold where others genuinely benefit from your guidance, your mentorship, your way of doing things. For some of you, this is literal. You are stepping into a teaching or mentoring role. People are coming to you for guidance in your field, in your craft, in your area of expertise, and what you offer them is not theoretical. It's proven, it's tested, it's the real thing. For others, this is more subtle. Your presence itself teaches. The way you work, the standards you hold, the results you produce, all of it communicates to people around you what mastery actually looks like in practice. One more card for this opening energy. Let me see what else Spirit wants to show right away. The Eight of Pentacles. Capricorn, I almost laughed out loud when this card came up because the Eight of Pentacles is you. This is genuinely, completely, unmistakably you. The figure at the workbench, head bent, hammer in hand, star etched carefully into the disc before them. Six finished discs hanging above them, one on the bench, another beside them on the ground. Just working, consistently, methodically, excellently, not looking up to see who's watching, not pausing to post about it, just doing the work to the standard they have set for themselves. Spirit is using this card to honor you, Capricorn, to say the work you have put in has been seen by the universe, by the forces that arrange things, by the people who matter. The Eight of Pentacles person becomes the Nine and then the Ten of Pentacles, which is the card of ultimate material mastery and lasting legacy. You are on that path. You are on that arc, and you are further along it than you sometimes allow yourself to believe. Let me look at the recent past now. What brought you to this moment of mastery? What have you been moving through, pulling for the recent past? Let me see what's been in your field, Capricorn. The Seven of Pentacles. Yes, this card perfectly captures what the recent past has felt like for many of you. The Seven of Pentacles shows a farmer leaning on their hoe, looking at a bush heavy with pentacles, evaluating the results of their labor. They are in the in between time. The investment has been made, the seeds have been planted, the work has been done, and now they are waiting to see the full harvest, wondering if it will be enough, assessing whether the effort will pay off the way they hoped. Many of you, Capricorn, have spent recent months in exactly this energy, the waiting energy, the assessing energy, looking at what you've built and wondering whether it's going to produce the return you've been working toward. And sometimes in that waiting place, there's doubt, not loud, dramatic doubt. You're not prone to that, but quiet, private doubt, the kind you carry alone in the early morning or late at night when you wonder if the discipline is worth it. Spirit is showing you this card to say it was, it is, the harvest is arriving. Let me pull another card for the recent past. What else was present? The Five of Pentacles. Okay, so alongside that, evaluating waiting energy, there was also a period of real material concern or professional uncertainty. The Five of Pentacles can speak to a time when you felt like something wasn't working, when resources felt tight, when recognition wasn't arriving as quickly as the work deserved. And for a Capricorn, who ties so much of their sense of security to their professional standing and material stability, that kind of uncertainty can be genuinely difficult to move through. I want to acknowledge that, Capricorn. Whatever that period looked like for you, whether it was financial pressure or a professional setback, or simply a stretch where your efforts weren't being seen or rewarded the way they should have been, that was hard. And the fact that you kept going anyway, that you maintained your standards and your discipline even when the return wasn't showing up, that is what separates the master from the merely competent. One more card for the recent past. Let me see the final piece. The Two of Wands. Yes. And here in the recent past is the card of standing at the edge of the known world, holding a globe, planning the next move. The Two of Wands person has established their base, their wands are planted, but they're looking outward. They're strategic, they're thinking several moves ahead. And for Capricorn in the recent past, this card tells me that you've been planning, thinking, considering your next level carefully. You haven't been reactive, you've been strategic, you've been seeing the landscape and deciding deliberately where to place your next effort. That strategic thinking is part of your mastery too, Capricorn. It's not just about being skilled at the doing, it's about being skilled at the thinking, at the seeing, at the understanding of what moves to make and when. The Two of Wands honors your strategic mind, and that mind has been working. All right, let's look at what's arriving now. The incoming energy. What's showing up in the next 1 to 2 weeks for Capricorn? Pulling for the incoming energy. Let me see what's coming in. The Six of Pentacles. Oh, this is beautiful. The Six of Pentacles shows a wealthy, robed figure distributing coins, one scale in their hand, measuring, giving fairly. This is the card of generous exchange, of resources flowing, of the balance of giving and receiving being restored. And for Capricorn in your immediate incoming energy, this card is telling me that something financial or material is arriving, a reward, a payment, a recognition that has a material component to it, something that acknowledges the value of what you offer. The Six of Pentacles is also the card of being valued, Capricorn, of someone seeing your worth and compensating you for it appropriately. For some of you, this is a literal payment, a contract, a raise, a financial opportunity that reflects your actual level of expertise. For others, it's an opportunity for exchange, a situation where your skills and someone else's resources meet in a way that benefits both. Either way, something is being given to you that you have genuinely earned. Let me pull another card. What else is arriving? The Three of Pentacles. Yes, and this is perfect confirmation. The Three of Pentacles is the card of collaboration at the professional level. Three figures in the image: an architect, a monk, and a craftsperson, working together on the construction of something significant. Each contributes their expertise. Each is valued for what they bring, and the result is greater than what any one of them could create alone. This card showing up in your incoming energy is telling me, Capricorn, that a collaboration is coming, a professional partnership or team situation where your expertise is specifically sought and valued. You are being brought in not as a junior contributor, but as the expert in the room, the one whose skills are needed for the thing to be done properly. The Three of Pentacles says people are recognizing that working with you elevates the quality of what gets produced, and they want that quality. One more card for the incoming energy. Tell me more. The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, Capricorn. We saw this card in the Libra reading as well, and now it's showing up for you. And in your context, it carries a very specific meaning. The Nine of Pentacles is the card of the self made person, the one who has built their beautiful garden through their own sustained effort and discipline. The falcon on the wrist, the elegant posture, the fullness of the garden around them. This is not inherited wealth or luck. This is earned abundance. This is the result of doing exactly what you've been doing for exactly as long as you've been doing it. And this card arriving in your incoming energy is Spirit's way of saying the nine is here for you, Capricorn. The self sufficient, abundantly comfortable, elegantly capable version of your professional and material life is arriving. The work is paying off in ways that are going to become increasingly tangible and visible. If this reading is resonating with you so far, drop something in the comments and let me know. Just say yes or tell me what's landing for you. I love hearing from you, and it helps me know this is serving you. All right, let me go into the deep dive now. I want to spend some real time exploring what this mastery means for your career, your professional life, and the specific doors it's opening, because Capricorn, Spirit has a lot to say about this, pulling several cards for the deep exploration of your mastery and what it's creating. The World card. Yes, Capricorn, the world arriving in the deep section of your mastery reading is extraordinary confirmation. We've talked about what the world means in other readings today. Completion, achievement, the culmination of a long cycle, the full expression of what the journey was building toward. And here it is, showing up in your reading in the section specifically about your expertise and what it's creating. This card is telling me that the mastery you've achieved represents a completion of something very significant in your soul's journey. Not in a way that means it's over, but in a way that means this particular level has been fully realized. You've climbed to the top of one mountain, Capricorn, and the view from here is extraordinary. And there's another mountain from which to climb, and that next mountain is visible to you now in a way it couldn't have been from lower down. The World card in your professional reading also tells me that your expertise may be attracting opportunities that have an expansive, even international quality to them. Something that extends beyond your immediate environment, something with a larger scope than you've operated in before. Capricorn, you are not always comfortable being celebrated. You tend to deflect recognition, to minimize what you've done, to immediately look toward the next goal rather than pause to honor the current one. Spirit is asking you, through the Four of Wands, to let this one land, to allow the celebration, to receive the acknowledgement, not because you need it, but because accepting it graciously honors the work and honors those who want to recognize you. Let me now look at what Spirit wants you to watch for, what to be aware of as you move through this period of mastery being recognized. Pulling for the obstacles and warnings. What should Capricorn be mindful of? The Devil card. Okay, Capricorn, this is an important card, and Spirit is bringing it through with care and clarity. The Devil card, in its shadow expression, often speaks to Capricorn's deepest challenge, which is the conflation of worth with productivity. The chains in the Devil card are around the necks of the figures, but they're loose. They could slip them off. The prison is psychological, not physical. And the most common Capricorn prison is the belief that they are only as valuable as what they produce. The mastery you've achieved is real. The skills are real. The expertise is real. But Spirit is asking you to examine whether you've tied your entire sense of self-worth to your professional output, because that equation, as logical as it seems to you, creates a particular kind of pressure that is unsustainable at the level you're moving into. The master who knows their worth regardless of any single result, any single project, any single recognition. That master has a freedom and a power that the one who needs constant external confirmation never quite reaches. Watch for the tendency to drive yourself past necessary rest, to dismiss what you've built as not quite enough yet, to set a new bar the moment you clear the current one without pausing to register what you've achieved. Your worth is not a function of your output, Capricorn, even though your output is extraordinary. One more card here. What else needs attention? The Ten of Wands. Yes, and similar to what we saw in the Sagittarius reading, the Ten of Wands is appearing as a warning about carrying more than is necessary. Capricorn, in this season of your mastery being recognized, there will be more demands on your time, more requests for your expertise, more invitations to take on more. And the risk is saying yes to all of it because you can, because your capacity is genuinely high, because you don't want to disappoint. But the Ten of Wands figure is exhausted. And even the most skilled hands need to put down the bundles sometimes. Your power right now, Capricorn, is in being selective, in choosing the opportunities that are worthy of your mastery rather than simply accepting everything that comes because it's offered. The master curates. The master chooses where their excellence is most valuably applied. You are allowed to say no. In fact, saying no to the wrong things is what creates space for the right things to arrive and receive your full attention. All right, let me pull for the longer term incoming energy now, the bigger picture of where this mastery is taking you. Pulling for the longer term energy. Let me see what's ahead for Capricorn. The Ten of Pentacles, Capricorn, the Ten of Pentacles. This is the ultimate card of material mastery, of legacy, of the multi generational impact of a life well built. The scene in this card is complete abundance. The elder, the family, the home, the dogs, the generations, the 10 pentacles arranged in the pattern of the tree of life above them. This is not just success. This is legacy. This is the kind of wealth, material and otherwise, that extends beyond you and touches everyone in your sphere. And this card appearing in your longer term reading is Spirit's most powerful confirmation yet that the path you're on, built through the discipline and mastery and expertise we've been discussing, leads here to something that lasts, to something that matters beyond just your own immediate goals, to something that the people who come after you, whether your actual descendants or the people you mentor or the work you leave behind, will benefit from. This is your longer term energy, Capricorn. The Ten of Pentacles, the fullest possible material and legacy expression of everything you've been building. It is not a fantasy, it is on your path, and you are walking it right now. Let me pull more cards for this bigger picture. What else is showing? The star. And here comes the star, which has appeared now in multiple readings today. And Spirit is clearly broadcasting this energy broadly. For Capricorn, in the longer term, the star carries a very specific message. Your natural inclination, Capricorn, is toward the practical, the concrete, the measurable. You trust what you can see and count and build with your hands. But the star is asking you to hold space, even just a little, for the inspired, the guided, the divinely arranged aspects of your journey. Because your mastery, as much as it came from your own effort, has also been guided. The opportunities that arrived at the right moment, the teachers who appeared when you needed them, the doors that opened precisely when you had prepared enough to walk through them. That was not coincidence, Capricorn. That was divine collaboration. The star is asking you to acknowledge that collaboration and to trust it going forward. The next level of your mastery is going to require you to work with the unseen forces as readily as you work with the tangible ones. One more card for the bigger picture. Let me see the final piece. The High Priestess. Yes, the High Priestess closing your longer term reading is deeply interesting for Capricorn because this is not a card you typically associate with your energy. You are the builder, the strategist, the one who trusts data and experience and proven methods. The High Priestess is the keeper of mystery, of intuition, of the knowledge that lives below the surface of logic. And she is appearing in your longer term reading to tell you something important. The next level of your mastery, Capricorn, involves listening to your intuition more than you currently do. The expertise you've built through years of practice has given you a felt sense, an inner knowing about your craft that goes beyond what you can always articulate or justify. And that knowing, that instinct born from mastery, is deeply trustworthy. The master carpenter knows which wood is right before they measure it. The master chef knows before they taste it. That is the high priestess aspect of mastery, and it is coming online for you. Trust your gut, Capricorn. It has been trained by everything you've done. It knows more than you give it credit for. Let me now pull the final messages from Spirit, from your guides, for this reading. Pulling for Spirit's messages, what do your guides want Capricorn to know right now? The Sun. Your guides are bringing through pure radiance for you, Capricorn. The Sun card, with all its warmth and clarity and unambiguous joy, is your guide's message to you. And I think the significance of this is not lost when we consider who you are. You spend so much time in the disciplined, focused, serious work of building. The Sun is your guide, saying, it's time for some joy in this, Capricorn. Time for some genuine pleasure in what you've created and who you've become. The sun doesn't work hard, the sun simply shines. And your guides are inviting you to access that energy more, to let yourself experience the lightness and the warmth and the genuine happiness of being excellent at something you care about, of being seen for it, of receiving from it. The joy is not a reward to be earned after more work. The joy is available now. The sun is shining on you now. One more message from your guides. Temperance. Your guides are calling for integration and patience in the use of your power. Temperance, as we discussed in the Sagittarius reading, is about the blending of opposites, the finding of the perfect balance between elements that might otherwise be in tension. For Capricorn, the specific tension your guides are pointing to is between your drive to achieve and your need to sustain, between ambition and well being, between the discipline of the master and the renewal that keeps the master capable of continuing. Temperance says both the drive and the rest, the ambition and the care for yourself, the striving and the enjoying of what the striving has built. Find the balance, Capricorn, the one that allows you to operate at your highest level, not just this week or this month, but for decades. Because the 10 of Pentacles we saw in your future requires a long game, and you play the long game better than anyone. Just make sure you take care of the player too. One final card from your guides. Last message for you, Capricorn. The Chariot. Yes, and your guides close with the Chariot, which is the card of directed will, of focused movement, of bringing opposing forces under control and moving forward with purpose. This is your guides saying, you have the wheel, Capricorn. You have always had the wheel. The mastery you've developed has given you mastery not just over your craft, but over the direction of your life. You are not at the mercy of circumstance. You are not hoping things will work out. You are steering. And the Chariot closing your reading is the highest possible confidence from spirit in your ability to navigate what's ahead. You know where you're going. You know how to get there. And the forces arrayed around you, both the light ones and the challenging ones, are under your capable command. Drive, Capricorn. You know the way. Let me bring this reading home now, because it has been such a rich and powerful journey through your cards. The Emperor and the Hierophant confirmed your authority and your teaching gift. The Eight of Pentacles honored the dedicated work that brought you here. The Seven of Pentacles validated the patient waiting. The Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles announced material reward and valued collaboration arriving. The Nine of Pentacles named your earned abundance. The world showed the scope of what you've achieved. The King of Pentacles reflected your own highest self back to you. The Ten of Pentacles placed your legacy on the horizon. The Sun invited your joy. Temperance asked for your balance. And the Chariot confirmed your mastery of your own direction. Capricorn, the mastery is showing. Not because you announced it, not because you performed it, but because you built it, brick by brick, day by day, skill by skill. And it stands now in plain sight for anyone with eyes to see. The world is beginning to see. What you do next with this season of recognition and opportunity is yours to decide. But Spirit is saying you don't have to shrink from it. You don't have to deflect from it. You don't have to immediately push toward the next mountain before you stand on the top of this one for a moment. Stand here, Capricorn. Let the view be yours. You earned every inch of the altitude. If this reading resonated with you today, if you felt seen or confirmed in something you've been quietly knowing about yourself, please drop a comment below. Say I received this, or share what part of the reading landed most powerfully for you. If you know a Capricorn who is in the middle of their building phase and needs to hear that the work is worth it, please share this reading with them. Sometimes the most valuable thing we can give someone is confirmation that they're on the right path. Sending you so much love and respect, Capricorn. The mastery is yours. It always was. I will see you in the next one. Take very good care of yourself.